Well, certainly the most frequently asked question that I get is, how do you cruise so often? And what I realize is the question's not really about me. It's about the person asking. They're asking how to cruise more often. And it seems to be a complex question, but it's got some really simple answers. And I'm going to share them with you. How to cruise more often. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here to guide you through the answers of how to cruise more often. First and foremost, today's show is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators where you can explore new skills, you can deepen existing passions, and get lost in your own creativity. How about that? I tell you what, there's something for everybody over there at Skillshare. You can pick up new skills, digital skills like illustration and videography, photography, but there's also some real life skill things that you can learn over at Skillshare. They've got courses on productivity, courses on entrepreneurship. You can even learn to play piano on Skillshare. It's a great community for creative learners. The classes that they offer are usually short and succinct, easily digestible without annoying ads. And me personally, I've been working through this class on animation. It's a class on how to animate with Adobe Photoshop, which is a program that I know pretty well, but using it for animation is something that I don't. So I'm trying to level up my skills. And then of course, the other cool thing about Skillshare is they always have an offer for you guys for the locafam. And the deal is this: the first 1,000 of our subscribers to click the link in the description below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring your creativity today. Skillshare, check them out. Thank you for sponsoring the show. All right, let's answer the question, how to cruise more often. We had a saying when I worked in IT that anything was possible given enough time and money. That's the answer to how to cruise more often. You have to be able to figure out how to have more time, and you have to be able to figure out how to have more money. Now, that certainly seems daunting, but I'm going to give you some tips along both of those lines. How do you get more time? I would assume that most of you folks out there are working under the constraint of an employer who's determining your vacation time and your time off. Now, here's a couple life principles. Whenever you go and you take a new job, that is the time to negotiate your salary and your benefits package, including your time off. You're going to have these opportunities in your career when you can ask for more money and you can ask for more time. So first and foremost, if you're taking a new job, ask for as much time as possible. If they offer you 2 weeks and you feel like you're a good candidate and they really want you, say, okay, I can take this deal that you're giving me, but I need 3 weeks paid vacation on the front end. And then at the same time, during your review process, when they're offering you a raise, you can also say, look, in addition to this raise, I would also like some more paid vacation. They may come at you and say, well, we have a certain structure that was set up by HR. You say, okay, look, you told me I was a great candidate. You told me I did a good job all year. Can you just ask somebody if I can get an extra week of paid vacation? Look, you're not going to get it if you don't ask. The worst that they can say is no, and you could be pleasantly surprised with some more time off. That's one way to get some more time. Another way to get more time is to work to actively restructure the way that you work. Now, fortunately, because of the pandemic, a lot of companies have been allowing people to work remotely. Not every job it's not possible in every job to work remotely. I know that, but if your job is that, try to do that. Even before the pandemic, I was trying to work remotely in my IT job because it just didn't make sense to me to pay the money to drive in every day and have to put on nice clothes when I could just work from my little hobbit hole at home. Here's a crazy idea. It's one that I've incorporated into my life. I go cruising and I work on the cruise ship because for me, I would rather work 8 hours a day sitting out looking at the ocean, eating buffet food in a nice cruise ship, and then spend the rest of the night doing my cruise activities than just sitting around at the house or sitting around at the local office. So while it's taboo for some to work on a cruise ship, if you want to cruise more and you can work on that cruise ship, all of a sudden vacation time doesn't matter because you're still getting your job done while you're cruising. So those are 2 ways to work inside the traditional construct of people giving you vacation time and time off. The third one's kind of radical. Work yourself into a job where you determine what time you have off, you determine your schedule, and you determine when you can go cruising. When I had the epiphany that I wanted to travel more, that I wanted to cruise more, I started looking for new ways to have a job where I could unshackle myself from somebody else telling me how much time I had off. We built a business where traveling is a component of it, where part of the whole business is to go on cruises and to go traveling. So it's definitely doable. Again, use me as an example. So that takes care of how do you get more time. Let's talk about how do you get more money. But before we get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe if you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in boom, 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 cruising. Please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Thank you in advance. How are you going to get more money? There's two ways. You make more or you spend less. Let's talk about the make more money. Look, we already talked about Skillshare earlier in the show. Get yourself a side gig. Get you one of these skills from Skillshare and go to a website like Fiverr where people are constantly looking for people to do work for them, or in your local community where people are challenged to do animation or Photoshop or anything that you can learn, and start charging people money for that. That's the side hustle. You could also do food delivery. You could do ride sharing. I've delivered pizza in my life to get extra money. It is out there. Anybody who says you can't make a little extra money, I would challenge you. I would want to have a conversation and go, there's got to be a way. In addition to the side hustle, we can circle back around to that job thing. Ask for more money. Ask for more money the next time that you're getting your pay raise. Say, hey, look, you said I was great. I need some more money to keep doing this job, or go find another job. I know that's scary for a lot of people, but a lot of times you can make more money going to a new employer than what your old employer is going to pay you. That's the price of loyalty in today's work culture. You stay year after year getting your annual raise, your small annual raise, and then they hire somebody in doing the same job as you and pay them more. There's something about going to a new job where you can negotiate that salary, negotiate that time on the front end. You'll probably make more money. That's a radical approach, but I know people in life that have made a lot more money year over year by changing jobs frequently. And then, of course, another old standby for making a little more extra money: clean out your closets, put it on eBay, have a garage sale. You'll probably sell enough stuff to go on one additional cruise this year. Declutter. Sell your crap. You can make more money or you can spend less money. This is another great way to get money for cruising. Cruising is a cool activity because you can pay for it over time. So if you can look in your budget and all of a sudden find $200 extra more or $100 extra more, you can go ahead and schedule a cruise and pay that over time. Then the question is, how do you come up with that extra $100? Well, are you drinking coffee every day? Are you eating out multiple times a week? Do you have streaming services that you don't watch that you just left on automatic payment? Companies are good about getting you on automatic payment because you don't pay attention to it, and then you go, oh, $6, who cares about that? Well, $6, I mean, that equals $72 a year. It all adds up, this extra spending. And then we go back to what I was just saying, declutter. Well, one way to declutter is just not to buy extra stuff. So think about every purchase that you're making, everything that you're bringing into the house. Is it something that's essential? Is there something that has utility? Or are you just piling stuff in your house? You will have more money if you spend less money. And then on top of that, if you can pay your debt down. I was reading an article that like the average household has $90,000 of consumer debt, and that $90,000 is hit with interest every year. So every month, hundreds of dollars are going out in interest payments if you have a lot of credit cards or car notes, that kind of stuff. If you can pay all of that stuff down, then all of a sudden you're not paying interest and you've got money that you can now allocate in a different way. And cruising, that's one way to allocate it. Like I said in the beginning, it's the most frequently asked question. It seems complex, but the answer is very simple. Figure out a way to get more time, figure out a way to get more money, and book more cruises, and that's how you cruise more often. I wish it was more magical than that. I wish it didn't involve all the hard work that it does, but like anything else in life, if you set your mind to it, you can do it. There is a path that you can get on to get to the place where you want to go for almost anything that you want to do in life, and going on cruises is no different. Let me kick it over to you. Do you go on multiple cruises a year? How do you do it? How did you get to the place where you could go on multiple cruises a year? Share that in the comments. Let's help build the community with this knowledge. Leave a comment below. Thank you for checking out this show today, and if you got anything out of it, please hit the like button. Do me a favor, support the show, hit the like button. This is Tony with Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.